guys, it's your girl Ariza, licensed clinical social worker, your test prep guru, your personal hype squad, whatever you need me to be. I'm the one that's going to help you pass that exam and be hella successful at doing it. So whether you're a first-time test taker, a repeat test taker, it does not matter. Here you're going to get the tools, the skills, and the mindset you need so you can level up and pass this exam. Today we're going to be talking about the stages of change, the Transtheoretical Model. And these are the stages of change. You've probably heard of them all throughout your social work profession, all throughout your career, and you will continue to do so. As social workers, we must understand where clients stand, meet them where they are in order to help them get to the next level. So I'm going to break down the stages of change, in the most simplified way, so you'll walk away having an understanding of all 5 stages and be able to break it down to like a 3rd grader, so they will also know. That is the goal here. Remember, we don't go for memorization here on this channel, or if you're in my course, or if you're in the free community. Yes, we have a free community, guys. Make sure you check all the descriptions. Make sure you check all the chat features. If you message me, I'm personally inviting you into the community. Yes, we're getting it on and popping. We're answering questions. We're going through case study scenarios. And I'm meeting with you guys. For the month of Social Work Month, I'm like, look, I'm meeting with everybody. So when you join, I'll meet with you one-on-one. We can talk about where you are in your process, how I can help you get to the next level, and so forth. I'll even have a snippet of the course for free in there for everyone who is working it out and joining the community this month for Social Work Month. All right, I had to share that with you guys. So let me jump in. The 5 stages of change. So this model explains how people progress and how their behavior changes over a period of time. So in order to have a thorough understanding of how this process works, or how the 5 stages of change works, social workers must be able to assess exactly where the client is and what interventions will be most effective. And I'm going to give you some examples of what this means further on in this training. All right. So first and foremost, let's jump on and let's go to the first stage. The first stage is pre-contemplation. In this stage, the client is basically saying, I don't have a problem. And I'm sure we've heard that before. You're working with someone, you're trying to get them to do better, to understand, to see things differently, and they don't believe they have a problem or issue at hand. So here, the person doesn't see a problem, so they aren't considering change. That's the hint. They are not considering making a change. So some things you might hear here are, I don't need a change, this isn't a big deal. All of this type of comments and things from the client will let you know that they're just not there yet. And that's okay, because as social workers, what do? You damn right. We meet the clients where they are. All right. Some other things they might say is everyone's overreacting and want. So our role here is basically to just build rapport, provide the client with awareness. We're planting the seed. And then we also want to avoid confrontation. We don't want to go like, look, I know you think you don't have a problem, but clearly you do because want. That's going to push the client away and make them further resistant. So they probably will never remove themselves or move along in the stages of change to the next stage. That's the contemplation stage. Here, the person is saying, maybe I need to make a change. Here, the person recognizes that there is a problem, but they still are not ready to act upon it. So they might say, I know I should stop, but I might do something about it soon, however. So you can see the pros and cons of these comments that the clients might say, because it's a good thing they're recognizing that they have an issue. However, the downfall is that they're not ready to change. So as a social worker here, we want to help the client explore that ambivalence. Like, what is causing them to be in that state of not being sure? We want to use some motivational interviewing techniques. And also, we want to encourage some self-reflection without adding all the extra pressure. So those are the things we want to do on the contemplation stage. All right, let's move on to the next stage. What do you guys think that is? I'm sure you guys know what the stages are, but we did the pre-contemplation, contemplation. Now we're doing preparing, baby. Yes, we're preparing. Here, the client is saying, I'm ready to take action. I'm ready to move forward. Here, the person's committed to change and they're making a plan to start that change process soon. Usually within 30 days or so. It's not an exact science on how long it takes, but usually within that time frame, somebody has identified they need to make a change and they're willing to make that change. So here you might hear things like, I'm going to quit within the next month, or give me a week and I'm going to do this. Or I'm looking for a therapist. I've been having trouble finding one, but my goal is to find one within 2 weeks. So they're putting time frames on where they are in the process and where they hope to be. So Another one, I brought a gym membership to start exercising. So they've already taken the steps to make the change. They just haven't went all the way through with it yet. So here, our job is to create a realistic action plan, help them develop some SMART goals. Yes, if you guys are in the course, I have a whole section breaking down the SMART goals, what it means, and how you're able to do the specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, time-bound, and time-sensitive goals. That is really important to know and understand. And then also you want to offer that support and encouragement. That's what we do here as social workers. I can't talk about the other professions, but as social workers, you know, we're all about supporting people and encouraging them. It is just in our blood. So those are the things you want to do and prepare when a client is in the preparation stage. So now that we've got the pre-contemplation, contemplation, and then we're in the preparation, what do you guys think comes next? Are you studying for the LCSW or LMSW exam? Don't waste time on the wrong prep. Try my test prep program for free with a full module that gives you the real strategies, the real practice, and real results. Plus, you get access to my exclusive test prep community where you'll find support, study material, and accountability. No risk, no stress, just results. Click the link in the bio so you can get ready to win with the winning team. All right, you guys got it. It's the action stage. So action stage here is I'm making changes. That is exactly what's taking place. The person's like, look, I'm moving forward. I'm doing what I do. I got my membership. I found my therapist. Whatever it is, they're actually making the changes. So here the person has started to change their behaviors. You might hear I haven't smoked in 2 weeks. I'm sticking to my workout plan. I started therapy last month. All these things are letting you know that they are actually in the process. They're in the action stage. So here, our main job is to just reinforce that positive progress. Tell them, good job. I'm so happy to hear that you've been consistent, or you've been doing that for 2 weeks. Oh man, that's amazing that you're sticking to your workout plan. We want to be positive, and we want to help them navigate any challenges or setbacks. So maybe, for instance, I have a client, they had a workout goal of going to the gym daily. And I was like, hey, how about we set it back and say that you go to the gym 3 to 5 days a week? So that way, if she doesn't go 6 days or every day, or she goes 4 days, she still will be within the realm of the goal that we set for her. So when she goes 4 days a week, she still will feel encouraged, she will still feel motivated, and she will still feel a sense of accomplishment because she did do as she stated, versus giving herself a goal up here and she falls short and then she feels a little bit defeated, as if she didn't accomplish the goal she set forth. And then, of course, during the action stage, we want to introduce some coping skills to make sure the individuals are coping and doing what they need to do to get to the next level. And stage number 5, that's the maintenance stage. I've been doing this for a while. So yes, the person has been working out, they've had sustained change. We want to look at about a 6-month period of time. And we want to make sure it's a longer period of time because we want to prevent them from relapsing and going back to old ways. Anyone can do something for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, maybe even a month, maybe even 2 or 3 months. But to be able to maintain something for about 6 months, you're doing the darn thing. So if they haven't had a drink in a year, this is part of their life now. I don't even think about it anymore. That pretty much happens when you've been doing something consistently for a long period of time. And that is where we are with the maintenance stage. The social worker's role here is to help maintain the motivation, letting the client know how resilient they are. You want to identify if there are any triggers, anything that might make them relapse. Like, hey, I know you've been doing really good on your diet and maintaining your weight loss regimen and exercising and so forth, but have you had any triggers? Have you had anything that has made you feel tempted to go the other way? Has your job provided a dozen of donuts in the morning and you having a hard time not eating a donut? Like, or if you are having good success and not eating the donut, what is keeping you going? So we can know that we can continue those positive reinforcements and make sure that the client is doing things to encourage long-term lifestyle changes. Yes, we want to make sure this is going on for a very long time. So that's pretty much what we want in this stage. So a quick memory hack when it comes to the 5 stages of change is that little acronym or mnemonic or whatever you want to call them. People call them all different types of things, but a way for you to remember this. Please come prepared and maintain. Please come prepared and maintain. Those are 5 words. So the P for the please is pre-contemplation. The C for the come is contemplation. The P for prepared is preparation. And the A is for action and the M is for maintenance. And they pretty much kind of bounce off each other. Prepared, preparation, maintain, maintenance. So I try to make it as easy as possible so you guys can get this information, keep it sticking in your brain so you could be good at what you do and understand this stuff so it doesn't trick you up. So the stages of change in an exam questions, let me tell you how they trick you up. Some common things is that the test is always asking questions like, what do you do first, blah, 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 blah. And normally first also depends on where the client's at. if the client is in a certain place and they're not ready to do it, that the answer key will let you know that's not the first thing you do. So the rule of thumb is, if the client isn't ready for action, don't jump to intervening. If they not ready, they not ready. So here's an exam question, or kind of something to look for. A client states, I know drinking is bad for me, but I don't think I'm ready to quit yet. Are you going to automatically refer the client out to a group or what are you going to do? Like, it's going to ask you specific stuff, but first and foremost, you can understand that they are in the contemplation stage. They know something needs to be done, but they're not ready to do it yet. So when we're giving our answers, we want to make sure of that. Now, the test is likely going to ask you what stage is the client currently in, and you would have to identify pre-contemplation, contemplation, preparation, all that kind of stuff. So it's really good to kind of understand what's taking place during those stages when working with clients. So remember, guys, take this as a final tip. Meet the client where they are. You hear this all the time in our profession, and that is what we have to do. Meet the client where they are. We should meet people where they are. Those of you that are in my course, those of you that are in the different trainings and the different things that I do, I meet you where you are. If you show up and you're like, look, I took the test 6 times. I'm going to pass on the 7th. I'm going to meet you there. If you're like, hey, this is my first time taking this test and I'm really nervous, I'm really scared, I need to figure it out, I know where to meet you at. Sometimes it might be a strategy thing, sometimes it might be a mindset thing, sometimes it might be a content-based thing. Those of you that know me know those are the 3 things that I focus on, because if you master those 3 things, you will pass your exam. That is a fact. And I'm serious, that is a fact. And I mean that. It's not a thought, it's not what I'm thinking, it's what I know. If you have the content based down pat, and then you have a strategy on how you're going to utilize that content, and you got the right mindset, it ain't no way you won't pass that exam. But all right, let me get back to this. So meet the clients where they are and understand. Pre-contemplation, I'll probably, if I was you, like, if you're not in my course, just take a picture of it so that way you'll have it. If you're in the course, don't worry about it. We got it in there. So pre-contemplation is when you educate and you plant seeds. Contemplation is when you help weigh them pros and cons. Preparation is where you create a plan and you set the goals. And then action, light, camera, action. I had to do that. That's where you're encouraging, you support. And then maintenance is where you prevent the relapse. Yes, guys, I know you can see that big typo there. I can see it too, but it doesn't matter. You can pretty much get exactly what it is up here, know what you need. And those of you that in the course, you're going to get it with the untyponesis in it. I just created a word. But anyways, guys, you got these 5 stages. I hope you understand them. I hope you found this training to be hella helpful. I hope you're able to take from this, move to the next level, and make sure that you're able to succeed and understand how to utilize this on the exam. Remember, we're not just giving you information for you to memorize. It's not the goal for you just to know these 5 stages, but know how to apply them on the exam and what each stage means. And I know you guys got that because y'all are just geniuses. You, after all, you're a social worker. I mean, only the best of the best go into this field. And that is you. See you in the next one. Make sure you click the link in the bio or the description section so you can join the community. That way I would love to talk to you one-on-one and connect just to make sure you get and you're grasping what you need. Because I'm telling you, I don't want you taking this test more and more again. Who are you giving the money to? Who gets this money every time we retake the test? Is it the social work board? And then what are they doing with that money? Are they creating more social workers, creating more doctors? I don't know. But either way, I'm sure you can put that money in your pocket, go on a trip, treat your family, go out to a nice meal, do something to celebrate your win. And that is what we're here for. Until the next one, you have an amazing day. And make sure you do what? Do it on purpose.